and why you still think about them.
So the creepiest thing that happened to me that I remember to this day is when we was younger and my mom ended up leaving us at home, which was me and my baby sister, which I was about 11, she was 10, but she left her there with my older sister friend who was a teenager. I think she was probably around about 15. But anyway, my mom had left us at the house, and we was in my sister's room. And so I was sitting by the stereo, listening to some music, and my baby sister was watching TV, and my sister friend was laying in my sister's bed, just kind of like daydreaming, looking up at the ceiling. And so I was listening to the music, and I was just vibing and just enjoying the music. And that's when I noticed the doorknob, we call it the back door, because my sister had the back door that you actually can go out and end up on the side of the house, and you can actually walk in the backyard. So I end up seeing the doorknob twist as if somebody was going to open the door, and I noticed that it wasn't locked. So I had her up and locked it, and I jumped up, and I told my sister friend, I was like, somebody was trying to come up in here, and we knowing that ain't nobody there but us. So we end up panicking, and we ran towards the front door. And so when we was running towards the front door was wide open, and we seen a hand open to come into the screen door. It was a white hand opening the screen door. And we end up running back, and we end up going back into my sister's room, and we jumped over my sister's bed, and we hid on the side of her bed, which of course we could see up under her bed. So it was at this time that it was a white man came in the room. He was real big, and he had a shiny bald head, and he had on the cowboy boots. And what stood out with the cowboy boots is that he was not walking on the floor, y'all. His feet was gliding like he was floating. And on the side of his cowboy boots, he had a star. But the stars on the side of his cowboy boots, they was just turning and turning and turning. And so we freaking out at this point. And we seen by the motion of him, his feet turning, that he was going to look over side the bed. At this point, we know it had to be a spirit. So we end up, just frantically, just breathing hard, scared, crying. And that's when we heard a car pulled up in my mama's yard, and somebody started blowing the horn. So we jumped. All of us jumped up at the same time, and we're trying to get out the door at the same time. And we ended up making it outside, and with my sister friend, and we was telling him, we were panicking and telling him, and he went inside and he didn't see anything. And that was just one of the creepiest stories. There's more to come. It's something tragic happened in that house, but I'll be doing another part too, because it's